What if I told you that some of the world's deadliest disasters didn't happen in wars or natural catastrophes, but in just a few terrifying seconds in the sky? Imagine boarding a plane, saying goodbye to your family, expecting to arrive in a few hours, never knowing that your flight would become part of history. Some of these crashes were caused by human error, others by mechanical failure, terrorism, or even missiles. Every one of these tragedies changed aviation forever and made flying safer for the generations that followed. Today, we're counting down the top 10 deadliest airplane crashes in history. Stay until number 1, because the deadliest aviation accident ever didn't even happen in the air. It happened on the ground, and one small misunderstanding cost hundreds of lives. Let's begin. Number 10. American Airlines Flight 191, 1979. Our countdown begins in Chicago, USA. On May 25, 1979, American Airlines Flight 191 took off normally, but only seconds after liftoff, one of its engines tore away from the wing. The damaged aircraft rolled sharply to the left before crashing into an open field, killing 273 people. It remains the deadliest aviation accident in U.S. history and led to major changes in aircraft maintenance procedures. Number 9. Iran Air Flight 655, 1988. Imagine being on a routine passenger flight, only to be mistaken for a military aircraft. That's exactly what happened on July 3, 1988. Iran Air Flight 655 was flying over the Persian Gulf when it was shot down by a missile fired from the U.S. Navy cruiser USS Vincennes. All 290 people, including 66 children, lost their lives. It remains one of the most controversial tragedies in aviation history. Number 8. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH17, 2014. In 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH17 was traveling from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur. As it crossed eastern Ukraine, the aircraft was struck by a surface-to-air missile during an armed conflict. The Boeing 777 broke apart in midair, killing all 298 people on board. The disaster shocked the world and highlighted the dangers of flying over conflict zones. Number 7. Saudi Flight 163, 1980. Sometimes the greatest danger isn't the crash itself. Shortly after takeoff from Riyadh, a fire broke out inside Saudi Flight 163. The pilots managed to land the aircraft safely, but precious minutes were lost before evacuation began. By the time the doors were opened, everyone on board had died from smoke inhalation. 301 lives were lost in a tragedy that could have ended very differently. Number 6. Air India Flight 182, 1985. On June 23, 1985, Air India Flight 182 was flying over the Atlantic Ocean when a bomb hidden inside the aircraft exploded. The Boeing 747 broke apart in midair, killing 329 people. It remains one of the deadliest acts of aviation terrorism in history and changed airport security procedures worldwide. Number 5. Turkish Airlines Flight 981, 1974. This disaster exposed a deadly design flaw. Shortly after takeoff from Paris, the cargo door of a DC-10 burst open because of a faulty locking mechanism. The sudden decompression destroyed critical control systems, leaving the pilots unable to control the aircraft. Minutes later, it crashed into a forest in France, killing all 346 people on board. The accident forced major redesigns of aircraft cargo doors around the world. Number 4. Charkhi Dadri Mid-Air Collision, 1996. On November 12, 1996, two passenger aircraft, one from Saudi Arabian Airlines and the other from Kazakhstan Airlines, collided in mid-air near New Delhi, India. There were no survivors. 349 people lost their lives, making it the deadliest mid-air collision ever recorded. Number 3. Japan Airlines Flight 123, 1985. Only 12 minutes after takeoff from Tokyo, Japan Airlines Flight 123 suffered explosive decompression because of an improperly repaired rear pressure bulkhead. The pilots fought heroically for more than 30 minutes, trying desperately to save the aircraft. Finally, the Boeing 747 crashed into a mountainside. Out of 524 people, only 4 survived. With 520 fatalities, it remains the deadliest crash involving a single aircraft. Number 2. The September 11th hijacked flights, 2001. Although these were deliberate terrorist attacks rather than accidental crashes, they became the deadliest aviation disaster in history when ground casualties are included. 4 passenger aircraft were hijacked in the United States. 2 struck the World Trade Center, 1 hit the Pentagon, and 1 crashed in Pennsylvania after passengers fought back. Nearly 3,000 people died, forever changing aviation security across the world. Number 1. The Tenerife Airport Disaster, 1977. At number 1 is the deadliest accidental aviation disaster ever recorded. On March 27, 1977, 2 fully loaded Boeing 747 jumbo jets, one operated by KLM and the other by Pan American, were on the runway at Tenerife Airport in Spain. Thick fog covered the airport, making visibility almost impossible. A series of misunderstood radio messages caused one aircraft to begin takeoff while the other was still on the runway. Seconds later, the 2 giant jets collided at high speed. A massive fireball engulfed both aircraft. 583 people lost their lives. The tragedy transformed aviation forever. Standard radio phraseology, improved crew communication, and modern runway safety procedures were introduced because of the lessons learned from this single accident. It remains the deadliest accidental airplane disaster in history. Every one of these tragedies reminds us how valuable every safety rule in aviation truly is. Today, flying is considered one of the safest ways to travel, not because accidents never happen, but because every disaster has taught the aviation industry lessons that save millions of lives every year. Behind every number in this countdown were real people with dreams, families, and futures that ended far too soon. Their stories continue to shape the skies we fly through today. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more incredible stories from history, science, and aviation. And tell us in the comments, which aviation disaster shocked you the most? Until next time, stay curious and thank you for watching.